This meditation is for clearing self-sabotage. Many of us self-sabotage following the footsteps of our heart because of fear, doubt, and feelings of not being good enough, which comes from lack. In this meditation, may you allow yourself to recognize any self-sabotage that you may be doing to your life and your manifestations. Self-sabotage can be sneaky. It hides within us. And it gives us very good reasons for why we shouldn't do something, for why we shouldn't be something, for why we shouldn't make these necessary changes. It can give us all kinds of evidence from our past that can be very influential to self-sabotage. We're going to allow ourselves to recognize the ways in which we deny ourselves breakthrough or change or progress or growth, the ways that we suppress ourselves and allow the footsteps of our heart to be unrecognized. And we're going to gently let go and feel more confident in our ability to take certain risks that are necessary for our growth and for change, so that we can begin to work towards a life that's going to be filled with more magic and possibility, opportunity for us to be very fulfilled and happy. So no more excuses, no more delays, no more denying, no more suppressing. It's time for us to embrace and accept the footsteps of our heart, to accept the whisper, the soft voice of our intuition as not just a little guidance, but as advice that we need, is a gift from God to help us be very happy in this life and fulfilled. But we have to be willing to take certain risks, to take certain action steps. In order to do that, we need to move beyond living in the past and using that as a reason for why we can't move forward, or things didn't work out, disappointment, discouragement, and that is the reason why we don't want to continue to move forward and give up. Or relationship in my past didn't work out, so the reason why I shouldn't be in a relationship is because of that. All of these things can be self-sabotage when you know that you're not allowing yourself to be courageous or expansive or to have big dreams, when you are denying that and stopping yourself. That's self-sabotage. Stopping yourself from having big dreams and taking risks and action steps that help you to fulfill this step by step, day by day. So begin to relax. Find a comfortable position. You can sit Indian style with your spine tall, with your shoulders rolled back, and feeling the back of the head pulling up towards the stars above. And feel your perineum, the bottom point of your being, which is the vagina entryway, or just below the testicles if you're a man. Feeling that pull down, anchor down into the earth. And feel your spine become more elongated, flexible. And feel your chest become wide, like wings of a hawk stretching, extending far. And you can begin to gently close your eyes, feeling yourself become very heavy as you become very stable in your connection to the earth, feeling very grounded, as though you are dropping into the womb of the earth, and you are inside this golden egg, and there's this luminous energy that is like a liquid sac that you're inside that's moving everywhere around you. And this is so healing and soothing for you. Makes you feel very warm, comforted, and held by the Mother of the Earth. Begin to soften your face, your jaw. You can open your mouth a little bit, allowing your mouth to just hang. Your cheeks, your forehead, your eyebrows, everything begins to just relax, loosen. And you release any hold, any control that you may have, just letting it go. Allowing your tummy to become very soft. Allowing your stomach to let go. Let go. And then feel your hips as well. Your hips become very wide. And release the hips. Release the hips. And then bring a awareness to your breath and where your breath is in the body. I want you to feel the breath in the pelvis and the tummy. As your inhale inflates the pelvis, tummy, moving up towards the diaphragm, and then as you exhale, you begin to download down the hips, thighs, knees, ankles, soles of the feet. And you inhale, download up from the soles of the feet, ankles, knees, thighs, hips, all the way to the pelvis, tummy. And then exhale, falling down the lower body. Feeling this helping you to anchor your mind down into the rhythm of nature, allowing your mind to become more simplistic, basic, and more in tune with nature. And then as you inhale, feel the pelvis, the tummy, moving into the chest, the collarbone. Big, long wave of breath. And then exhale out the top of the head, feeling this luminous white energy above your head, like the Holy Spirit, pure white, like a pearl. Inhale again. Deep, long wave of a breath. And then exhale out the top of the head. Continue to breathe like a long wave, your breath becoming slow, becoming more calm and steady. And then we're going to download the body from the top of the head. So imagine the top of the head, there's this gold crown, like a gold halo. It's your wisdom, the wisdom that comes from your cosmic being that you are, that is a student of esoteric school of manifestation that makes you a mystic, a sorcerer, a wizard. And then move down into the space between the eyebrows and see it as this sort of violet flame, a very tiny violet flame. And you can claim healing from Saint Germain within this violet flame between the eyebrows. And this is the sort of alchemical study that you have with life, existence, experience, the understanding of energy. Energy is not created nor destroyed. Energy is transferred, transmuted, transformed, transcended. You are a great student of the violet flame, understanding experience and existence, how it works, how you can liberate it into your favor, into your goodness. And then moving into the throat, seeing it as this blue, royal blue. You can even imagine it like a lagoon blue, very light, clear blue. You can also imagine it's turquoise. And this is, the voice is your vibration. Your vibration starts at the voice. What you speak has tremendous power over your vibration. Your vibration is tuned by your voice. So choose your words carefully, because they affect the vibration of your entire energy system. And then moving into the chest, near the sternum. Underneath the sternum is the thymus gland, very powerful gland of memory, eternal memory, that gives you memory of how ancient this earth is, the cosmos is. And inside that is like an esoteric record, a great library hall where you can access these talents and gifts that are so extraordinary. They make you a galactic being. These psychic gifts make you so unique in your niche, in your skill, in your spiritual resume, time and space. You can see that as a soft pink color, almost like a clear rose quartz crystal, which is very soft pink. You can claim healing from Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, which resonate at the soft pink color, like a lotus, 108,000 lotus petal. And then you can move into the region of the diaphragm. You can see that as just this bright sort of sunflower. This is this life force. The diaphragm gives you this life force. Because the diaphragm connects the upper body with the lower body, connects the sky with the earth, connects the wind with the fire, fire with the water, water with the earth, and the earth with the cosmos, bringing everything together in this communion, this equilibrium, north, south, east, west. It is that intersection point, the point that is exactly in the position of north, south, east, west. And then you can begin to feel your life force become very youthful, very fresh, very clear, like a sunflower. There's this youthfulness. Your energy is very, very stable. It's very calm. And yet there's so much power to your energy. And then begin to download down into the digestive system, the tummy, stomach. Begin to feel this as warmth, a great fire. This is this place of your energy, your fuel that can help you go the distance. And your aura is your earth ship, your spaceship, your cosmic ship, your interdimensional ship. And you need fuel. If you want to go far distances, you're going to need energy. You're going to need sails, you're going to need a compass, but you're also going to need the energy, because it's your responsibility to go there. No one can do it for you. So when we have the energy within the our sexual being, our primal being, we can do anything. With an endless reserve of energy, we can do anything. That's the true limitless, infinite of our being. So it's sensing your energy becoming renewable, where your energy isn't reliant on certain things, codependent, addicted. Your energy is very sovereign. Your energy is replenishing itself. It doesn't need any outside, external things. Yes, we have food and water, which is physical necessity to survive, but there's also another energy reserve that is ability to be very responsible for what we're putting in our body, for even mentally, emotionally, what we're putting in our body, people, places, environment. We can be very responsible for what we're putting into our body and allow our digestive system to clean by physical movement that heals us, dance. So just feeling that digestive system become gold. It is like pure gold. This pure gold. And see that as your second brain, or your gut, your instinct. Right? With life force, we have character, we have leadership, we have command, we have determination, we have grit, we have esteem, we have personal power, we have demand, discipline, self-control. These are the necessity to manifesting anything. In a world of addiction, in a world of distraction, a world of delusion, to have discipline is the greatest victory. The greatest victory. Because with the second brain being harnessed and developed, we really can do anything within our actual brain. We can break through any limitation and block or difficulties that we perceive, and really get to the root of our meaning, the root of our life purpose and what we really came to do on this earth, which is to become very masterful of the 5 elements in a way of humility, generosity, goodness, and service to all. And then moving down to the root, which is that reproductive system. It's a great fire. It's a deep fire. It's a fire that's connected to God. It's the fire of God. It's the cellular makeup of us. It's the DNA of us. It is the thing that connects us to all generations, all ancestors of thousands of years to the beginning of time, of our creation as a human being. And it is a place where we can purify our DNA on behalf of so many generations, ancestors. And we can upgrade our DNA through the voice, through our vibration, through our vision, and then the command we have to remain consistent, obedient, and serving of that vision in a way of excellence, dedication, determination, devotion. And this root is your virtue. When we have value, it's because we have virtue. Virtue is our roots, it's our foundation. We cannot grow and evolve or develop if we don't have any virtues or morality. Our foundation is our patience, our willingness to learn, the student's mind, and all the things that we learn, and all the lessons that we take on, the assignments and the initiations, and the rite of passage we take, where we gain this talent with life, where our virtues help us to turn karma into our mastery, our liberation, our celebration, our great education. That's the root of us, is our education of life. Our willingness and our ability to go into life with a learner's mind, with that innocence in our mind, a mind that is rooted in meaning, in depth, that's rooted in this humanitarian, environmental understanding. That's where we find the God consciousness, the unity consciousness, that complete sort of cosmic everything coming together. So feeling this download, so you've moved from upward into the root of you. I want you to seed yourself now, like the soil has been tossed and turned, has been plowed, and it's been composted and is ready now to receive the seed. So just deep in the soil, you seed yourself with this simple thought: I follow the footsteps of my heart. And it's simple yet full of so much wonder and expansion, interpretation, so much deciphering. That is a lifetime of work and effort, but it's all joyous because we learn something new, and it brings us more inspiration and creativity. And then begin to see into any self-sabotage that you have now. It will come up. It will come up like something that's hidden in the shadows, something that you do that you know is not helping yourself. Is it constant worry or doubt or overthinking, projecting, assuming without having real logic? It's time for us to bring awareness to anything that we're projecting onto someone else or something else, our fear, our doubt, by using the logic mind now. Logic can be very, very helpful, especially if we self-sabotage, but not a logic that is fear that's disguised as logic. I'm talking about the logic that is connected to following the footsteps of your heart, where you're not just a logic that is ego-based, that is full of limitation, full of an ability to change. It's fixed, it's set in its ways. I'm talking about logic that is willing to change according to evolution, according to new growth, that reinvention of self. Because everything is constantly growing and evolving and changing. And logic is not set in its ways. That's control. So we release control because everything is changing. Everything is impermanent. Nothing is going to be the same. We thought there's no way that, spaceships are real. But now we have them. So that is proof to the ego's mind that logic is not fixed. It's not, this is how it is and this is how it will always be. As we reinvent and as we grow in our vision and our capability to use our energy in more ecstatic, visionary ways, we actually do have tremendous breakthroughs that are like miracles. So the real logic is within the heart because it's a vision and it's a visionary quest. And with education of experience and existence in the infinite, we can actually have major breakthroughs in what we can do, what we're capable of. So see what are the footsteps of your heart wanting you to do. And put aside any sabotage that comes in as you don't have enough money, or you're not good enough, or you don't have the expertise, or you don't have the credentials, or you don't have what it takes, or your past, you're too damaged by your past, or the trauma is the thing that's not going to let you have it, or whatever. The sabotage comes in and it really does debate with you of why you shouldn't do this, why you shouldn't have that. And we want to be stronger at debating with this sabotage. We want to be a better debater. And that's going to require us to really get in tune with change and how everything changes. And that's the greatest debate. Everything changes. Everything is impermanent. I had a past. I have a certain level of skill. But change means that I can be better at skills. I can learn to be better. I can study. I can gain those qualifications. I can do that. Or my past, I've had, relationships that have hurt me or have betrayed me. But that doesn't mean that the present, everything can change. I can gain insight on why I'm attracting these type of relationships. And I can choose different relationships. I don't have to choose the same type of people that I've done in my past. I can learn the lesson, right? I've had relationships of my past that betrayed me because I've chose people who weren't deserving of my time. I chose people who were superficial, who didn't like me for me, that just wanted something, right? That can be a learned lesson. That is a change. So in a real logic, in debating with the self-sabotage, right, it gives us all these reasons. Change is the greatest thing because I can change at any moment. I don't have to stay the same. If I was the same for 10, 20 years, who says I have to be that? If I have this certain reputation or this certain way that I do things, who says that I have to continue to do that? If the footsteps of my heart are not fixed, they're not in a limitation, they're not a glass ceiling. My big dreams and my big vision is to be very expansive in this life, to do many things and try many things, and learn many lessons, and that's change. So in the root of our self-sabotage is fear of change. Fear of change. So we get set in our ways. We think, well, I've done this for 10 years, 20 years, but I'm not really fulfilled. But I'll keep doing it because I'm afraid of change. Or I'll stay here and do this job or stay in this location because I'm afraid of change. Because I've gotten used to it. I've gotten comfortable with a life of no change. I'm comfortable. But the footsteps of my heart, which is a big vision of my life, which is not about fixation. It's about cycles, rhythms, phases, which has all to do with a natural life experience. The seasons never stay the same. They're not fixed. One year is different than the other year. Our body isn't fixed. Our body will gain weight, lose weight. There are times when we're really energized. There's times when we're really sleepy. There's times when we're super creative. There's times when we're just when we're super logical. And the more that we can minimize self-sabotage, the more that we can be growing with the seasons instead of holding on to things out of fear of change. We don't hold on to winter. Winter comes and winter goes, and we allow it. So you will change many jobs in life. You will change locations. Even relationships will change. And the best thing that we can do to follow the footsteps of our heart is to create a relationship with change that is healthy. The best way to do that is have a vision. Have a vision. You have to know your vision of where you're going, in the compass, in the sails, in the energy, to be prepared, to be ready. It's the best thing we can do. Self-sabotage is, I'm not prepared, I'm not ready. But you can get ready now. That's the wonderful thing, is you can get ready, you can get prepared. And the more that you do, the more you're going to have confidence. So when you do change jobs, you're already prepared and ready because you've put it in your mind the certain skills or the certain knowledge or the certain insight you require for when this change comes. So when it comes, you're not afraid because you already gained the confidence you've needed because you've prepared and now you're ready. Every change is like winter doesn't just come. It prepares. Winter prepares itself before it even happens. So that when it does happen, everything is ready. Just like animals, they prepare for winter. So when that change comes, they're ready. Everything prepares for itself for the change to come. And when it's shocking and abrupt, human beings, we tend to get very afraid of change. But for us humans, change can be very abrupt. It can be very sudden. But even with sudden and abrupt changes, we can still be prepared for things that just, like, how did that happen? And it's called our intuition. The more that we're paying attention, like birds can sense a tornado coming or a flood coming from days before, because they have this sixth sense, they have this intuition. They're such in rhythm, cycles, and phases that they can sense even the slightest shift in a weather pattern, that something is coming that's big, like a flood or a hurricane or something like that. And they're prepared because they're in tune with the rhythm, cycles, and phases. And the more that we can get in tune with that, when these shocking things do happen, which they will, we're going to have some kind of preparation in our mind because we're going to be vigilant and paying attention to what's going on around us and what are the little cues or signs that's happening within us, because our body is very much can be prepared for any kind of traumas. The worst. Our body has a beautiful way of processing it. And sometimes it's slow, right? Like breaking a leg, it doesn't happen in a day. But that doesn't mean that we should be afraid of change. Because life is a risk. It's always going to be a risk. And we are here now in a physical body because for some reason we wanted to learn from the risks that we will have to take in life. Walking outside the door is a risk. It's the greatest thing we can offer ourselves when we are self-sabotaging is the deathless practice. You are going to die, and you can die at any time, and you don't know when you're going to die. But self-sabotage is a way to prolong life, trying to avoid change, but death is still going to come. And if there's something yearning in you, and there's change that you know that you need to go through, and you don't know when death could come, tomorrow, who knows, 10 years, 50 years, that's going to put it in your mind, this sense of I do not want to die not allowing myself to do this, or to feel this, or to process this, or to heal this, or to say this, or to be this. Because that will be even more devastating than any trauma of anything I've ever experienced on earth. Because I know I didn't allow myself to be what I said I wanted to be, which is a human in a life. I denied the human in a life. And that's the greatest devastation of any if we are to die. So that should be a wake-up call. That should be more shocking than any sort of trauma or disappointment or discouragement we've had. Because it puts it into our mind that it's time. Now is the time. Not 10 years, 20 years, when I feel like it. Now is the time for us to prepare, to get ready for our victory, for our excellence, for our success, for our healing, for our breakthrough, for our clearing, for our liberation, for a miracle, whatever it is. Now is the time to prepare and to get ready, and now is the time for us to follow the footsteps of our heart. And if we're not comfortable making big changes, we can start with little ones. And then little can become a little bit bigger, and then they become more fearless changes, courageous changes. But you can start with what you're prepared for and ready. And that is going to make you feel so good. Because you are changing with the natural rhythm cycles and phases. You are natural to what Earth is. When we're not natural to what Earth is, we tend to feel more not happy. It doesn't make us happy to live in winter forever, right? You know, I mean, there's times where it's like winter 6 months of the year, but we can't live in a permanent winter because we need food, right? We human beings, change is the thing that makes us is happy. Not necessarily, it's the ability to be happy regardless of change. That's why people can be happy 6 months in snow, right? Or people can be happy in you know, where it's like tropical and it's just hot all year. It's because of the acceptance of change. It's going to rain really heavy today. It's going to rain for a week, but I'm okay. I'm still happy. It's our ability to adapt to changes, to be welcoming of changes, and to not be afraid of what it is to be human, a risk. And it's that deathless view, understanding of our time is short, right? 80 years is not that long or so. And that we have we can, regardless of where we're at, work towards following the footsteps of our heart. If it is bringing calmness into our life, if it's bringing surrender, peace, if it's bringing prayer. When we sabotage, we're agitating ourselves. We're making it much harder on ourselves, and we can feel it. Our life becomes so hard, more so than what it needs to be. Instead of effort, it becomes just hard. But it doesn't have to be. Difficulties doesn't have to be hardship. And following the footsteps is taking everything that life has to offer and learning how to soothe ourselves. Learning how to prepare and get ready and follow the cues, the little signs that are telling us how we can be more stable or more relaxed or more content with the vigorousness of life, and how we can bring more blessings, goodness, and how we can bring fulfillment into this moment now, as though this is the only moment. So there's no sabotage when you're really in this moment and you know there's no other moment. There's this full just realization that I'm going to be in the fulfillment of my mind now, for myself, for those around me, as a gift to others, and to their life that is all happening now, as a way to give respect to the death and honor the life that is truly wanting to be experienced right now, the life that is going to really set us free. It's working towards that is really following the footsteps of the heart, working towards how to be free. Free of time, free of limitation, even free of death. And the idea that we are separated from our loved ones, that they are gone. Free to experience grief, free to experience loss, free to even experience anger. But at the same time, knowing the free is bringing freedom into everything that we do. If we're in anger, we're bringing freedom into it. We're using it not to destroy ourselves, but to free ourselves, to learn something about ourselves, which is freedom, to learn from our mistakes, or to learn from the difficulties of life. We can learn so many things from so many things. We can learn respect, compassion, unconditional love, acceptance. We can learn how to let go, how to make peace, how to forgive another, ourselves, life, existence. Following the footsteps of the heart is remembering freedom, how to be free. So feeling that in your heart, what's going to make you free? Prepare yourself. Get ready for it. Pray. You can make small actions towards it. Like, we don't just have food. We seed our food. We have an intention to make food, and then we make the food, and then we prepare and get ready for the harvest. It's okay to reinvent yourself. It's okay to forget, to let go of memories, stories, have a new life, to go through divorce or loss of a loved one, to cry and cry, to feel that winter, but then also to allow yourself to feel that summer, to feel the freedom of time and space, that you are not separated, never. So allowing that comfort to mend you in this any self-sabotage that's still lingering like a deep voice of fear of change that can come from childhood, experiences of the past, control. Just feel what it is to completely let go of control. And feel that everything is in its perfection. That everyone is okay. That everyone will be okay. And even if you somewhat don't believe it in your subconscious, because that part of ourselves, like the ego, can be very resistant. But it can be a great prayer. A prayer that is real. A prayer that actually changes our life. A prayer that gives us the preparation, readiness we need. That can set us free, but other people as well. It is real. So feel that prayer for yourself now. A prayer for the change in your life. That's going to make you feel more fearless and deathless and not afraid to be all that you're meant to be in this moment now. If it is being more playful, giving more attention to others around you, if it's being less serious, having more faith, being more creative, more determined, spending more time, learning lessons, having virtues, recognizing your value, your worth, meditation, so many things. There should never really be a moment of feeling like life is not much to offer anymore. So just feel the footsteps of your heart and begin to bring your breath to your awareness. And as you begin to sort of rise from the depths of your heart, like a whale that's coming up to the surface of the water to breathe, and just feel all the things that want to come through you, that you want to experience, either it's love or change of job or letting go of grief, processing grief, or allowing yourself to experience something within yourself. Just feel this breath making you feel more awe of creation, of the world, of earth, by reminding you of how beautiful the birds, the whales are, the ocean, the river. And may that be a voice of reason to help you remain true to the sacred heart inside of you that's such a wise, ancient, elder voice, so soft and like a whisper. But it is the most freeing thing, the most freeing thought of all thoughts, of all thousands of thoughts. So allow yourself to go to that place when you need to remember that freedom inside. It's a simple thought. It's maybe a thought that gets lost within all the other thousands of thoughts we have a day. But we can go there now, because the path has been laid out. So bring that breath into the pelvis tummy as you inhale. And exhale. Feel the dissolving of yourself, feeling more relaxed. Inhale like a big wave all the way up to the space between your eyebrows. And then exhale out the top of the head. And then begin to feel your body gently move. As you start to feel this body is more sacred to you now. And it's also feeling more safe and comfortable. And you're feeling this sense of there is no separation between you and all the loved ones around you and your gifts and talents, you and the skills or whatever it is you need. It's just a matter of fact of allowing yourself to prepare to get ready for your healing, for your journey, for expression, for love, even for things that want to be processed and move through you. It's okay to go through it and to hold space for yourself and continue to find your way. So you can begin to gently open your eyes, finding your way in this moment, and realize self-sabotage is when we stop finding our way, we give up, we settle, we live in doubt. We stop listening to that soft voice inside, that wisdom, the light of the teacher. That's sabotage, when we stop finding our way. But it doesn't feel good, and it's not natural. And we become very unnatural, even heartbroken, full of regret. So return gently to that finding your way. And even if it's challenging or it's uncomfortable, you can go to that soft voice, like a voice of a great elder. And you can allow that great elder voice, like a chief of great, great change of many generations of different changes, to be that comfort, to let you know how you can better proceed through changes moving forward. So thank you for taking care of your mind and caring for your life.